what is your opinion of Cal Johnson's ability to care for the conservatee?
Well, I would not like to generalize. I make specific analysis and opinions and recommendations in the report. The report dealt with things like health care, care of the person, the branding to bring in more money, and in all of those areas, there were sufficient reasons for concerns.
Sufficient reason for concern.
I believe that the report would have to be looked at in total to go beyond that summary. There was sufficient concern in my role as a fiduciary and conservator. Otherwise, I would not have taken the time to write the report and to have counsel submit it to the judge.
Did you at any point conclude that Cal Johnson is fit enough to act as a conservator for the conservatee?
Objection. Calls for a legal conclusion, lack of foundation.
I think that that is a decision for the judge to make. What I did was to provide what I thought documentation, evidence, analysis, that there were areas of deep and grave concern that he would not be able to act in the best interest of the conservatee.
Deep and grave concern that he would not be able to act in the best interest of the conservatee.
Despite the fact that it was his mother, and despite the fact that it is my general position that a member of the family is in the best position to act in the role of conservatorship of the person.
Do you have any belief that Cal Johnson may be violent in any way?
I can only
Objection. Speculation.
I can only relate to his actions toward me, and in his actions toward me, he acted in a violent manner on at least 2 occasions.
Did the discussions of moving Nichelle Nichols out of state ever come up with Cal Johnson or anyone else?
Objection. Relevance.
In the discussions that were, in the meetings, the conservative meetings that were routinely had, that the idea or the option of moving Ms. Nichols out of state was brought up by Kyle Johnson during the content part of the meeting.
Did you at any point formulate an opinion as to whether it would be in the interest of the conservatee to relocate her out of state?
Yes, I did develop an opinion.
What is that opinion?
I did.
Objection. Relevance.
Oh gosh, relevance, Marvan? Nichelle Nichols did not want to leave her home, and she didn't have to. Your client just wanted it his way versus her way.
The opinion was developed after numerous conversations with the conservatee, with friends that had known her for a number of years, and with members of her family. The summary of that information was that she wished to stay in her home.
Objection. Speculation.
Again, it's not speculation when the conservatee, Nichelle Nichols, states what she wants straight to the conservator's face.
That she wished to stay in her home, and in addition to that, she had expressed that she wanted to die there. In talking with individuals in the industry, this was a part of our interview process and procedures as we ascertained what would be the conservatee's wishes, and we were told repeatedly how she had acquired the property, the process, and she is a known star, and we were given evidence, and that evidence we use triangulation, which means we go through a process by getting information from one person and trying to document in at least by two other sources. And in this triangulation process, it was consistent that the property was her pride and joy, and she saw it as an estate. From personal experience, I sat with her on at least 3 occasions on the property, and she walked through the garden, talked about plantings, talked about what she wanted to see in the future.
Anything you saw where Nichelle Nichols
Objection leading.
or yelling?
Objection leading.
Several attachments, several emails where there were attachments. I felt sadness what was happening to her, and certainly any video that I saw where there was an indication of distress would further the sadness.
All right, very good. Hubertville is just standard, and Beverly Cole, right? Standard, and Gloria South Cole. Or was it A Beverly Cole, as in the initial A?
I think there was an initial A.
There was, right? Okay, gotcha.
There is also reference to a sky as well.
Say it, please.
There was also reference to a sky, and I believe his last name is Conway.
That's not part of the deposition.
I'm just referring to the names that were mentioned during this deposition. Thank you.
Why are you so defensive of this guy? What's the deal? What's the real deal?
S-K-Y-E?
S-K-Y-E. S-K-Y.
Oh.
Conway, C-O-N-W-A.
Okay, I'll look for it.
For the record, Dr. Hawk didn't know his last name on the record. She just referred to the sky or something.
Okay.
She didn't know his last name.
I know
All right, I
that.
don't have any more spellings.
Mr. Ain, I'll give you a call so maybe we can work through this specific issue.
Do you want to give me like half an hour or so? When were you planning on call?
Whatever you want now.
I was quiet. I was really quiet. They want us, as citizens, to stay quiet. They think we're too weak to fight, that we're too weak to stand up for those that we love, for our parents, our loved ones, our neighbors, our brothers, our sisters, whomever it may be who needs help. They think that they can take away the life, livelihood, and everything that an elderly person has ever worked hard for with no repercussions. That's what they believe because that is what they've been allowed to do. We need the probate system reformed and now. Give Nichelle Nichols her human and civil rights.